Just imagine waking up every day feeling energized, focused, and in complete control of your life. No more chaos, no more excuses, no more stress. So what if I told you with just 10 intentional steps, you could transform your fitness, your nutrition, your relationships, your finances, and you could build the life that you actually want. Today, I'm going to share a roadmap, if you will, of 10 things that I've used that worked for me to transform my life into being able to live the life of my dreams. And since it worked for me, I also believe that it can work for anybody. I believe that the steps are actually practical, actionable, and anybody can use them no matter where you're starting from. Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name is Chad. I think number one, the first step that is the most practical, the most impactful, and the one that everybody, no matter what, can actually get under control is fix your nutrition. Fixing your nutrition, it's not only going to help you lose those extra pounds that you've been wanting to get off, it's not only going to help you physically, but it's also going to help you mentally. Oftentimes we don't think about it, or I guess sometimes we forget about it. But the food that we consume is the fuel for your mind, body, and soul. Think about it like this. You wouldn't put kerosene in a Lamborghini and expect it to perform very, very well. Why would you put processed food and other junk food, sugar, garbage into your diet and think that you're able to perform at your highest potential? You got to remember that good nutrition, it's not only about maintaining your weight. It's the foundation for mental clarity, energy, and building strength. Oftentimes we overcomplicate the actual nutrition that we need to put into our bodies. And we don't have to do that because it's actually quite simple. Essentially, all we need to do is quit eating stuff out of a box. We need to cut out all of those processed seed oils. And if it comes in a box, just don't eat it. Instead, focus on consuming fresh produce and meat. Some people, they find that being a vegan works for them. Personally, I'm a carnivore, and that's what works for me. But I'm not here to tell you what to do with your nutrition. I just want to point out the simple fact that we're overcomplicating our nutrition in general. So essentially, just eat whole, natural foods. If you're still unsure where to start, just use this. It's simple. If it doesn't grow naturally, skip it. Your brain, your muscles, your energy, it all depends on the type of food that you put into your system. When you fix your nutrition, you're able to fix many, many other aspects of your life that you didn't even realize. And it is the most transformative and powerful thing that you can do for your mindset and your body. Ultimately, the most transformative thing that you can do for your life. The second step is stop hitting your snooze button. I know this one sounds ridiculous. It sounds like I might be overplaying it or overstating the importance of this one. But think about it like this. When you start your day off by hitting your snooze button, you're starting your day off with procrastination. Without even realizing it, you are automatically telling yourself that you don't want to get out of bed because your day is going to be stress-filled. And in return, you are starting your entire day with that mindset. How can you expect anything different to happen for your day? Because this is how you are going to set your tone for the day. You're setting the tone as being rushed and stressed and unfocused. Instead, just simply get up when your alarm goes off and commit to doing that every single day. Every time that alarm goes off, put your alarm on the other side of the room if that's what you need to do. If you use your phone for alarm clock, go get a $5 alarm clock off of Amazon, put it across a room, and keep your phone in the kitchen or somewhere out of your bedroom where you can't actually access it. By doing that, it will also help your mindset and your mentality when you go to bed. Too many people are mindlessly scrolling, constantly getting themselves worked up before they fall asleep, and that's causing them an adrenaline rush or some sort of a dopamine hit immediately prior to falling asleep. And that's going to lead them, or you or us, ultimately to getting a terrible sleep for the night. It'll also make it easier for you to instead of reaching for your phone as soon as you get out of bed, take 5 minutes and meditate. Use that opportunity to clear your mind and set your intentions for a positive day ahead of you. Skipping the snooze button, it means that you're not going to be starting your day off in a rush. It also means that you're not going to feel the need to have that sugary cup of coffee, which also means that you're not going to have to experience that midday crash. Instead, start your day with intention. Drink a big old glass of water so that you can hydrate to start your day. And then you could easily move on to stretching to get some blood pumping in your muscles. And it doesn't even require much effort. Hello. Hello. It's going to allow you the time to spend time in silence and search for gratitude. A simple yoga workout or stretch routine. Either way, if you're able to sit in silence, you're able to clear your mind and focus on gratitude rather than starting your day off in a stressed out situation. When you set the tone for the day, you're going to be more likely to see the day more as a blessing rather than seeing it as a burden. Number 3 is focus on one thing. Ultimately, multitasking is a myth. Success comes when you focus on one thing and you master it before moving on to the next. And then when you write things down and prioritize them, and then ask yourself, what is the one thing that I can accomplish that's going to move the needle in the direction I want out of my life? And understand that it's irrelevant where you're starting, whether it's trying to find a new job or career, whether it's getting your personal finances together, building a stronger and better relationship. We all start in a different place and we all have different priorities. It's up to you to figure out what your priorities are and where it is that you are starting from. Ultimately, the key is just being intentional and avoid being busy just to be busy. Instead, be productive by prioritizing what it is that you need to and what you want to get done. Prioritize those tasks that actually matter. Remember to slow down, because progress in the right direction is more important than progress to the wrong goal. Number 4 is start a side gig or figure out and develop some sort of a side hustle. When you're building a side gig or a side hustle, it doesn't have to be overwhelming at first. Just start small and don't let the fear of failure stop you from doing what it is that you see as important. There's a resource out there for all of us in the United States that nobody, I swear I'm the only one that talks about it. I've never heard anybody talk about it, and that's the Small Business Administration. United States citizens don't realize that the Small Business Administration even exists. Most of you, this is going to be the first time that you've ever heard of it. I've talked about it in prior videos, and I couldn't believe how many people don't know that this exists. The Small Business Administration, it is a taxpayer-funded organization that sole purpose is to teach you how to start and run a business. They will help you figure out the logistics. They will help you figure out a business plan. They will help you write a business plan. They will help teach you how to start whatever it is, a corporation, an LLC, sole proprietorship, whatever type of business entity you need to form for your situation. They will teach you how to get government contracts. It is an absolute massive wealth of knowledge for any United States citizen that's trying or that desires to start their business. And there's a Small Business Administration that is located in every single major metropolitan area in every state of the United States. If you want to start a business, if you want to start a legitimate business or side hustle, and you don't know where to start, you don't know the first thing to do, now you do. That is where you start. Contact your local Small Business Administration and they will walk you through the process. The best thing about that is it's already paid for by your taxes, so you don't have to pay anything additional. Nothing out of pocket. Just commit to setting an appointment and following through with the guidance that they offer you. It literally is that easy. But before you do that, you need to figure out something. You need to find something that you're passionate about. You need to find a hole or a service that there is a demand for. Ideally, you have to make it, you're going to want to make it something that you're passionate about, though, because purpose and passion are the fuel that's going to allow you the opportunity to survive in the long term. And understand that a side gig or a side hustle, it can allow you the opportunity to find that financial freedom and open up the door for more opportunities with more exposure to people that are going to be positive for your growth, your development, and ultimately the growth of your side hustle. It's going to go beyond your day job. Eventually, it could lead into something that allows you to quit your day job. And all you have to do is simply take action and begin exploring what it is that you're passionate about and finding those holes and those opportunities that do exist for all of us. And then all you have to do is monetize those skills. Number 5 is get your finances straight. Debt is nothing more than a ball and chain. Debt is going to keep you tied to a job that you probably hate, at least a job that 85% of all people hate. It's actually keeping you in that job because you're living a lifestyle that you can't afford without that job, which is making you stuck and trapped and stressed out because you're buying things that you don't need, living a life that you can't afford. You start by cutting out those unnecessary expenses. You start by setting a budget, paying off the debt that you currently have, and swearing off the bad debt in the future. Start thinking long-term and understand that every dollar that you spend today can help you in the future. Build an emergency fund, invest your money and your time wisely, and stop falling into that comparison trap or competing with the Kardashians or keeping up with the Joneses. In my opinion, true wealth is not about material possessions. It's about financial freedom and doing whatever it is that you want when you want. It's about having peace of mind and not worrying about going to that job that you hate, sitting in the commute that stresses you out, and dealing with the people that ultimately you probably don't even like. Because living paycheck to paycheck, it is exhausting. I've been there, and I will never go back. Free yourself by gaining control of your money, and you're going to feel a weight lifted off your shoulders, a weight that you never knew how freeing something so simple could possibly be. There's also the relationship aspect of it. You got to remember that 40% of all divorces happen because of financial struggles. If you look at it that way, the future of your relationship depends on it. Number 6, learn how to sell. Whether you're pitching a new idea, you want to negotiate for a raise at your work, you want to find a new career, or you want to start a side business, sales skills, they're actually vital. Because a lot of people think that sales are about manipulation, but they're not. Learning sales is nothing more than understanding or knowing how to communicate your ideas and your solutions effectively. Don't let the idea of sales intimidate you, because you have to understand that the sales are absolutely necessary for any business to stay profitable, no matter what the business is, or no matter what solutions or what services are offered. Because I mean, if you think about it, even police departments, they have to sell their ideas to like the city council, the town council, the state governments in order to get funding for their departments. Doctors have to sell you medical procedures. Plumbers, HVAC, electricians, they all have to sell you on the services that you're requesting. It doesn't matter what the business or what the industry. Sales are necessary in order to survive the long term. Even YouTubers, people seem to get bent out of shape when YouTubers take on partnerships or sponsorships or create a product of some sort. Understand that eventually I'm going to have to do the same in order for this channel to stay sustainable for the long term. Some people see that as selling out or whatever, but those are the same people who don't understand how business works. We all have skills, and we all deserve to be able to monetize those skills. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Think about it. Even if you work in a factory and you're building something inside of a factory, at some point, somewhere, there is sales involved with that. So either you are going to be building or creating something for somebody else, or you are going to be building and creating something for yourself. That decision is up to you and the way that you look at your situation. But learning how to sell, it's also going to teach you the tactics that are involved. It's going to allow you to better understand when somebody is using sales tactics to manipulate you. It's going to allow you an opportunity to better understand what you need when you need it, or when your mind is just telling you, I need that. Hello. That leads into number 7. I believe that we all need to get better at communicating, because every success that you're going to experience throughout the course of your life, whether it's a career, in a new job, getting a raise, getting a promotion, or in a relationship, it all hinges on your communication skills, every bit of it. Because if you want a raise or you want a promotion, you have to be able to communicate your skills. If you want a better relationship, you have to be a good listener, and you have to be able to clearly express yourself. Start practicing active listening and be concise yet clear, and always strive to communicate with empathy. I think all too often we believe that communicating is all about being heard, or we believe that the communicating is only about speaking, but it's actually about understanding and connecting. Strong communication skills, they build trust and they foster relationships, and they're going to set you apart from the rest of the crowd. Number 8 is understand the power of your words, because your words, they are going to shape your reality. And the way that you speak to yourself matters just as much as the way that you speak to other people. Stop that negative self-talk and quit telling yourself that you're stuck or that you're incapable. And instead, reframe those thoughts into positive affirmations. Write those positive affirmations down, or at the very least, say them out loud to yourself. Start looking at your words as tools, and understand that when you wield them intentionally, they can change your mindset, they can build your relationships, they can actually transform your life. So start journaling and focus on gratitude. And instead of a lot of people, when they journal, they'll sit down and they'll write down the problems that they had throughout their day, and they won't put anything positive into the journal. Essentially, all they are doing is asking the universe and manifesting the problems that they already experienced, that they want to experience in the future, intentionally or unintentionally. If you're going to journal, make sure that you journal positive things, positive affirmations, and confirm to yourself what it is that you truly want. Ultimately, train your mind to be able to see the positive in all of the challenges and all of the situations. Because every challenge, every setback, every failure, it's a lesson, and there's something to be learned and something to be gained every time. When you do this, there will be a profound change in your life. Number 9 is stop being a victim. Stop blaming people for where you're at in your life, and start taking accountability. And I understand that it can be hard, but it's also empowering. When you realize that you are the architect of your life, that's when you are going to be able to redesign the life that you want, or the life that you are living. Because self-pity, it's not going to get you anywhere. But brutal honesty with yourself, that's the key to growth. Look at your actions, look at your habits, and look at your mindset. Take ownership and make the changes that you know you need to make. You are not your circumstances, you are your decisions. Use every setback as a stepping stone to build something greater. Number 10 is choose your friends wisely, because your friends, they are a mirror of your future. Surround yourself with ambitious, driven people, and you'll find yourself ambitious and driven for the future. If you're surrounded by naysayers and complainers, maybe it's time to step outside that circle and into rooms where you feel uplifted around positive people that are going to push you to realize and see more. People who are going to challenge you and celebrate your growth along with you. Because you got to realize, there's an old saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Be intentional with your relationships and seek mentors. Build a network of supportive people and let go of those toxic relationships. You deserve friends who uplift you and inspire you. Transforming your life, it doesn't happen overnight. It slowly happens when you have intention, purpose, and direction, because it's about consistent, intentional action. You start with one step and then another. Eventually, you're going to build momentum. These 10 steps are a foundation that anybody can build on. But the power to change, that lies solely in your hands. Take accountability, be relentless, because small steps, they lead to massive results. Your best life is waiting for you. So go after it. Keep pushing forward and don't stop until you have created the life that you deserve. If you made it this far, do me a favor and go down in the comments section and write that word relentless. Just that one word, relentless. Let's be relentless in the pursuit of our best selves and our future. I ask for these one-word comments because they do a couple of things. Number 1, they help us reprogram our subconscious mind in a positive way rather than a negative way. When we see something repetitively, when we read something or do something over and over, that's how we reprogram our subconscious mind and get rid of our limiting beliefs, or the doubts, or the imposter syndrome, or the programming that has happened over the years. When we see these things, it's going to do nothing but good for us and our future when we truly understand the power of our words. It helps the YouTube algorithm recognize when you got value out of this content. It's also one small thing that you can do to help out the channel and help the channel grow if you found value in this content, or if you find value in my videos. When you do that and the algorithm is pleased, or the YouTube overlords, if you will, when they're pleased, then it'll help the channel grow by pushing this content out to more people who might find value in it as well. But most importantly and ultimately, it allows me the opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who stick around to the end. Because like I've said in the last couple of videos, it may sound silly, or it may sound, some people might think it sounds stupid when I say that just simply saying thank you has become a full-time job. But what we don't realize when we're not on the other side is that so far I have over 190 videos. I surpassed that here recently. And each one of those videos gets multiple comments every day. If you do the math on that, the several thousand comments that I get, if it takes me just 30 seconds to reply with a thank you, it leads to several hours. And that doesn't include reading the comment. Understand, I'm doing my best to get back to you guys, and I want to say thank you. And I will for as long as I possibly can. I want to thank you guys for those super thanks. I want to thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys are showing up for yourselves, and I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful day. Peace.